Hello, greatness. How are you doing? Somebody said they like when I greet and say, hello, greatness. So, yes, I believe that there is greatness in us because if the Creator Himself is within us and has clothed Himself in this earthen vessel, then you are not anything less than great. So, hello, greatness, once again. Anyways, let's go on. We are on lesson number 14 from the book Christ in You by Joseph Benner. Lesson 14 says, out of darkness to light. The seed covering, as explained in our last lesson, contains the germ, which is G-E-R-M, the promise of the fullness of the Godhead. Just as the outer man contains the seed form of the spiritual man, with all the possibilities of growth and expression. We would have you remember that while the inner and spiritual is always perfect, the outer covering is often out of harmony and has many imperfections owing to long ages as you count time of ignorance and sense domination. So what he's saying here is the reason for the limitations of our physical life is because of an age long of ignorance, right? Allowing our senses to dominate us. That the only things we think is real is the ones we can see, smell, taste, touch, and feel, right? But again, we are going through this journey to break forth, come out of that darkness into light. He said you are to learn that spirit is the rightful ruler, the true owner and king. Man has tried to alter conditions on the material plane and to seek help from without, and this has hindered and often prevented the real work. I always say that the struggle with humanity or man is looking into a mirror and seeing an error or something on his face, right? And instead of correcting it on himself, he tries to make the correction inside of the mirror. I get goosebumps talking about this. Right, so instead of correcting the image, which is the reality, which is the spirit, we try to make the correction in the image, the reflection, which is the mirror. And in this case, it is the world. The world we live in is that mirror. And if there is anything to change, it has to be done from within. Let's go. He said you are to learn that spirit is the rightful ruler, the true owner and king. For man has tried to alter conditions on the material plane, to seek help from without, and this has hindered and often prevented the real work. Wherever spiritual forces have been brought to the material plane, the work is lasting. Nay, it is actually eternal. An unconquered body is an unfinished life. An unconquered body is an unfinished life. All must be completed. He will perfect that which concerns him. As you grow in understanding of the realities, your vision of Christ will be clearer. And vision is the beginning of attainment. We must first see, then become our vision. Hold the highest ideal, even Christ, and you will awake in his likeness. You may ask at this point how we explain the perfect physique of the undeveloped races. The difference is that you have evolved, and although through ignorance you have not developed perfectly all round, yet it is a far higher thing to have come to a knowledge of your spiritual being, even at a loss to the material. The undeveloped man will awaken later, and he too must learn that I am. The will to become is a force to be reckoned with. He will suffer, for knowledge is born of suffering. Until he comes to the consciousness of God. As you have struggled with the less real, so he will, and you will watch and pray with us till all the kingdom of the earth are as the kingdom of heaven. For all souls are the inheritance of the Maker, who we call God. So much of your suffering is unnecessary and caused by opposing the very will of God. But there is a quality of suffering that affects this highest good. That suffering which brings into activity the three great principles of spiritual growth: faith, hope, and love. Three greatest principles of spiritual growth is hope, faith, and love. The highest good is known by its opposite, and every experience can be used for the ultimate good. So learn that the beauty of morning is known because of the darkness of night. So the reason why we appreciate the morning, which is the daytime, is because we have experienced darkness of the night. So he concludes with this: sorrow is ever making channels for joy. So don't condemn the struggles and the suffering. I personally have come to that point where I believe that nothing bad happens, right? Because all things work together for the good, for them that love God and are called according to his purpose. And so endure hardship as discipline. Once again, God bless you. Share in the comment what your lesson is from lesson 14. What are you taking home? For me, it is an unconquered body. It's an unfinished life, and it must be complete. Right? An unconquered body is an unfinished life. So put your comment in the comment section below, and let's continue on our journey. Once again, God richly bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, and God richly bless you. I'll see you in lesson number 15. Jesus Christ, the race man. My goodness. I'll see you. Have a good one. It's your brother, Vincent Oppong.